Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Mustafa, and in today's tutorial we are going to learn how to successfully upload an image and preview it before submitting to the server. So basically what we are trying to achieve is from this simple form that we have here that I've labeled upload image file, on the right section we have image preview, and if we attach some image files like we have selected and I open, it displays here. And this functionality, we mostly see this functionality in social media websites or dating websites, whereby the user is supposed to upload a profile picture and they get to preview the profile picture they've selected before they save it onto the platform. So we are going to jump into the JavaScript, and then first and foremost I'm going to script off this JavaScript and we are going to write the JavaScript, but this is all that we need to do in the JavaScript section. I think about 8 lines of code and then we are good. So I'll script that off, and here we have a form and we have some input file. So we've attached the input for file and we have a button over here. So you can follow this tutorial without necessarily having so many CSS style or what have you. And at this section we have where we are going to display the image, which is the image preview, and we'll be targeting this div with the ID called images. So right over here you realize that I've attached a function, an event listener, sorry, to this input tag here, which is called on file change. So that is what we are going to create, and we've passed in the event to it. So here right now, if I save this and I refresh our page, you realize that nothing works. If I select something and then I click open, nothing works. It just says 2 files selected, but nothing works. So let's write the code for it. So we're going to say on file, pass the event, and then we'll say let's say files equals the event.target. We are targeting that particular input, which is this, and then what we want is files. If it was an input tag for test, we'll say the value, but we want, this is for file, so we want to get the content of the file, and we are going to declare a variable called string, and I'll set it to an empty string. And down here what you need to know is the files can accept a lot of images, like we have, like what I showed previously. So to accept multiple files, we need to attach the attribute multiple to it. If you want to accept single files, you just need to script off the multiple attribute and leave it like that. So we'll start with single and later we'll attach the multiple to it. So now what we are doing is we'll say for let I equal 0, I less than the files dot length I plus plus. Then before we can successfully input these images into an image tag, we need to convert the selected images into a string which would be compatible. So to convert the image into a string that can be successfully inputted into an image tag, we do that conversion by saying by using this method. So we're saying let image equals url dot create object URL, exactly. Then we are going to pass in the file. So we say files, and then we'll grab each and every one of the file. Now we are targeting this div. That is where we are going to display our end result. So And bear it in mind, this is row. This is of flex row. So we'll say string, and I'm going to use the template literal, JavaScript template literal for this. So we say div. I'm saying we give it a class of code-3 and then padding, let's say 10. And over here we are going to assign a different div with a different class called maximage, and this class over here called maximage, I'll define it at right here at the top. So if you're wondering what that max image contains, this is all the CSS it has. Now, in our continuation of what we are doing, we are also going to include an image tag, and that image tag will take a source, but that source is going to be this converted string of the image that we've uploaded. So saying image. And then when we are done with all of this, we want to target this div and then insert everything there. So we're going to say document query selector, then we select images, then we say dot inner HTML is equal to the string. So if I save this and I refresh, realize that when I select an image, it displays. But bear it in mind, I can't select multiple because I took away that attribute. So this function basically works for single image and or for multiple images. So if I want to go back and then enable us to upload multiple images, I'll just attach the attribute multiple on that particular element. We save it, we refresh, and then I can select multiple files and attach, and that is going to display. So if you are working on an e-commerce solution for somebody and then you need to enable them see the image that they are selecting for a particular product, this is all the JavaScript you need. This is all the JavaScript you need. The most important thing that I must say in this tutorial is this particular method here, url.createObjectURL. This will create a string which is compatible to be able to successfully insert into an image tag. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.